Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly 2 Band of Thieves for the Sony PlayStation 2. In the last episode, we unfroze a woolly mammoth after accidentally doing the wrong mission, as in the one that I didn't practice for last time. And we also got a whole bunch of recon pictures before we could do anything. We also have enough coins to get us through the rest of the game. I don't really need to get any more coins out of any of the enemies or anything ever again. So from this point forward, I can more easily focus on the missions, as well as any clue bottles that I need to get, because this is the second to last episode of the game after all. Last time there was a mission that I wanted to do with Sly. I shall go ahead and do it now. Now that I've been able to narrow down where it is. This is the one that I wanted to do last time. But because I went to the wrong marker, I didn't do it. Instead, I did the other one, which ended up being alright in the long run because I managed to find the vault. Getting that out of the way, and that is blocked off. But if we go up here, we should be able to get up there. Of course, I still have this guy dogging every step that I take, so I'm going to have to take the long way around him again. And there's a guy over there. Wonderful. We can fly around him, though.
Devices. If you could snag enough of them, we should be able to set up a receiver array around Jean Bison's house.
I'm always up for bugging someone's home.
The first step is crawling into that bear cave and stealing the goods.
I'm on it.
Well, now that cave is opened up, now we can get in here. And once we're in here, we're going to have to be very careful.
Have all been tagged in their mouths. You'll have to sneak up and pickpocket it while they're yawning.
Sounds safe.
Stay clear of the thin, crackly ice. Walking on it is sure to wake the bears.
I'll keep that in mind.
And you definitely don't want to crack the ice by walking on it, because if you do, you have to get all 6 radio transmitters all the way over again. You could be approaching the exit with all 6 radio transmitters in hand, and you can walk on the ice, and you fail the mission, and you have to do this all over again. Also, that second bear, easiest one to miss. Now for this one, we have to climb on the ice in order to get to it. Just waiting for this bear to open its mouth, and then we can get on out of here. And then we can get over here. Again, I want to be very careful with the ice. And now we just have one more transmitter to go. That column is for the way back. Don't use it as a shortcut to get up there. You're better off getting onto this sheet of ice all across the wall from the floor. And there will be one more bear when we are done. Now, right there behind that bear,
only you could have pulled that off. Head outside and I'll fill you in on the next step.
Is a shortcut all the way back to the entrance. If you mess this up even in the slightest, you will fail the mission, you will lose all the transmitters you've collected, and you will have to do this all over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back the long way. And I nearly messed it up there. And from here we can just use the spire jump to ensure we stay on the ice. Thankfully that is just sunlight. Could have messed that up. Thankfully we didn't. And now it's time for the second part of this mission.
To form a receiver array, you'll have to place the radio transmitters in precise locations around Jean Bison's base of operations.
Seems easy enough.
Once you're in position, hit the circle button to place the transmitter.
And thankfully we can use the L3 button to figure out where all of the spots for the transmitters that we need to place are. So right here we can automatically place one. Just look for the Sly Cooper icon and you should be able to place it from there. And from here, oh, right. This is still here, obviously. We just need to make sure we can do it this way. Now we're back on top of the sawmill. Where's he gonna go? He's gonna be right there. And this is gonna be where we can place one. And we are able to get a few words out of our good friend Jean Bison. And now I need to make my way back up the sawmill again. That way I can do this. And this time I can climb all the way up here and get to the top of Jean Bison's cabin. Because that's where we're going to be able to place one of the transmitters that we got from the bears. We just need to be very careful. Thankfully, we were close enough. And now, it's time to... Oh, great. Managed to take out a bunch of my health in one hit. Wonderful. Thankfully, I don't think he can get me here. He better not be able to get me. Great, he's up here now. Well, at least they can't get me over here anymore. At least they finally stopped paying attention to me. So now I can just go ahead and use the ice climb technique to get up here. Plant that fourth one. There's 5 and there's 6. Really? I'm getting his attention now. Well, we have one more to place now. And I believe it is over here. Okay, good. Man, sneak just past the bear and get over here.
Nice work. The array's up and running.
And with that out of the way, we have one more thing to do, but we're going to need Murray in order to do it. Now, thankfully, there shouldn't be any enemies up here. Oh, shoot, that reminds me. I still want to get the treasure. I forgot the treasure with a thing. But that's alright. Because we can now go over to where the lighthouse is, and we can now do it with full health, which is something that I would really like to do. Out of the 3 treasures that we can get here, this is clearly going to be the fun one. Of course, we're going to have to be able to get there first. And thankfully, that makes it a little bit easier. As long as I can sneak my way around, that'll be great. And I don't necessarily need to do this, but since you have a glowing pocket, I might as well just go ahead and take the medium necklace, because I can. And I'm going to have to wait for another log to pop up. There it is. And from here, we can take ourselves a little bit of a shortcut thanks to the paraglider. And we can jump all the way up to where the lighthouse is again. Of course, thankfully, we don't have to worry much about taking damage, because we won't lose anything if we do. Still have to be very, very careful, though. Because if that happens, we're going to get sent all the way back down to the bottom, and that is something that I do not want to do. And I can't see anything. And if I could climb up nice. If I can get up over here, that would be great. Okay. You'll be behind the icicles at that point. Now, how much time do we have on this? Okay, 40 seconds. And that's going to be up there. Okay. First thing you want to do, get to the top. Start paragliding. Thankfully, as long as we know what we're doing, this shouldn't be painfully bad. That's the hope, anyway. All that is left is just to avoid being dive bombed by the birds, and then run straight back here. We finally have the treasures taken care of. So we can sell the jeweled chalice. And because we're playing as Murray, I'm going to go ahead and buy the guttural roar. I'm going to see if I can show it off. Okay. I'm going to set the guttural roar to L2, because apparently the other 2 buttons have stuff that I would like to use. Maybe. Although, strangely, I haven't used turnbuckle launch since episode 2. Interestingly enough. Guttural roar. Terrify your foes. Press the assigned button to trigger. If I have a reason to do it, at the very least. And that will clear enemies right out. You'll trigger the enemy alarm, but enemies will be running away rather than you, which makes things rather fun. And what do you know? I got here.
Rumor has it that several off-duty guards meet in that cabin for an RC combat club.
This is going to be great. I haven't been in any RC combat since that job we pulled in Istanbul. It was awesome.
And thankfully, it's not far from here. If you can land on the the icebergs down there. I almost said icicles there for a second. Getting here is a snap. Now to do the thing that we need to do.
Those guards will never let you into the combat club without a disguise. That old moosehead should do the trick. Only there's no way for you to get up there. Hide out in this barrel while I send in Sly to steal the head. Sly, if you can get the stuffed moosehead without being detected, Murray should be able to join the RC Combat Club without raising any suspicion.
And after jumping into the barrel as Murray, we'll be able to play this mission as Sly, which is obviously going to be the fun part in all of this. We need to watch out for that searchlight. Then we need to climb up here and get over here. And then we need to jump away from the bottles and this guy. And we need to use the blue sparkles to figure out where we need to go. As for this circular saw, I'm going to wait for it to stop moving, and then I can make my move. As for that blade, I want to wait for it to start moving and then make as much progress as you can before you have to jump over to the other side. Now here, you crawl. Once you're near these saw blades, hopefully not near enough to be cut by them, hold circle. You should be able to crawl to the other side. And from here, we're going to wait on this guy. Wait for this guy to fall asleep. Make your move. And then climb up here. After jumping onto this wall. Are you kidding? Really? We're going to mess up the jumping that badly. I jumped over there. But apparently, the circle button command did not want to work for me. So I'm going to have to do this all over again and spend more time doing this than I would like. Waiting on this thing to move. Perfect. At least this part is easy. This part isn't really that difficult, honestly. But now I'm going to have to wait for this guy to fall asleep again. Perfect. Alright, we're back to where we left off here. Let's not mess this up again. Yeah, I need to be a little closer before doing the, before landing. And now we need to go over here. And the camera almost messed that up. Crawl under these tables to avoid the flashlight. And crawl under these tables to avoid more of the flashlight.
Murray, heads up.
Press circle to Moosehead. And we now have a disguise.
Hey, fellas. Any of you guys think you can beat the moose maybe put a bet on it.
Oh, I'm in, eh? I ain't got a lot of money for this wager, but there's no way I'd lose to a new guy like you, huh?
That RC combat drone takes some skill to control. Steer with the left analog stick and hold down the X button for gas. After you collect the fallen ammo, press the square button to fire its turret. Here's a pro tip. You can only aim the turret while you're stopped.
And controlling this thing can be pretty hard if you don't know what you're up against. And thankfully, I managed to get quite a few of the shots that I needed. Now I just need to not get shot by this guy, and everything will be good. And yeah, you can only really turn with left and right on the analog stick.
You won, eh? But I ain't got no money.
That might be okay. It all depends.
Depends on what?
On whether or not you know the location of the Northern Light Battery.
Oh, well, I guess I owe ya.
Of course I'd be near this guy so he could blow himself up accidentally and clear this.
After reading through the log shopping guide, it's become painfully clear that to win in the lumberjack games, we'll have to cheat. Now, I've constructed a plan that hinges around us acquiring an eagle's egg, which is more difficult than you'd think. First, Murray needs to lure a bear into taking out the local oil mains. Once destroyed, the pressurized oil should ignite and create updrafts, which Sly will then use to paraglide over to the eagle's nest, grab an egg, and then head back to the safe house. Thanks to Murray's undercover work in the RC Combat Club, we've learned that the Northern Light Battery is hidden in a silo nearby. The battery needs some serious modification if we're going to hide inside it to sneak onto Arpeggio's blimp. First, we'll short the battery with grapple lines on local boats. Then, we'll all break into the lighthouse and sever the power flow to the battery. That way it won't recharge. Given my electrical engineering background, this plan has a 97% chance of success. Pretty good, huh?
And we now have the third set of missions unlocked, which means that we'll probably have to play as Bentley for one of them.
I hear what you're saying, Doug, but when I look at a grove of trees, I see commerce.
Also, we can now spy on Jean Bison and listen to whatever it is he's saying.
No, last I heard, Dimitri was still in the pokey. He's a slippery kind of fella. I'm sure he'll get out.
Not until the third game, son. At least we can understand you better than Dimitri, though.
Westfield. The trees there are thicker than a plague of locusts.
So, we have the third set of missions for Episode 7 ready to do. But that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time where we start off the third part of Episode 7. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!